The next part of our AZ900 exam training is going to have to do with the benefits of manageability in the cloud. How do we manage our resources in the cloud? What are the benefits? Well, as far as the manageability and the benefits in the cloud, it does include a lot of different features, such as streamlined administration, automation, cost optimization, and enhanced governance for compliance. So instead of physically managing our on-premises infrastructure, manageability in the cloud provides lots of different tools that we can use to control those resources, and we can do it remotely. Now we can do that with a centralized dashboard. The Azure portal is going to provide this user-friendly interface to manage all of your different resources, including things like virtual machines, databases, storage, virtual accounts, various different things I've demonstrated in previous videos and will demonstrate in upcoming videos on how to manage. It's going to eliminate the need for multiple different tools. And from the web console, you can also open up command line interfaces, such as Bash from Linux, as well as the Azure PowerShell. We can access this from any internet-connected location. So admins can manage resources from pretty much anywhere with your internet connection. And this provides a lot of flexibility. You also have reduced operational overhead, such as having to apply updates, manage hardware, ensuring uptime. This is if, of course, you use the platform as a service or software as a service. If you're using the infrastructure as a service, then you will have to do your own updates and various other types of work, like managing the network. Let's take a look at managing our resources using command line. Here is the Azure portal, and you've seen this multiple times already, where we can go into Azure services, we can click on more services and see all the different services and resources that we can manage. However, if you take a look at this one icon here, you can see Cloud Shell. I'll click on Cloud Shell, and it's going to open up the Cloud Shell. It will give me the option for Bash or PowerShell. This is also known as the CLI when it comes to the AZ900 exam, so keep that in mind. So I can open up either one of these. I'll choose PowerShell. You're going to be prompted for no storage account required or mount an existing storage account. I've already got an existing storage account, so I can go ahead and choose that if I'd like. I'll choose my Azure subscription. I can also use an existing private virtual network if I have one. I don't, but that is something to be aware of. So I'll apply. So I'm going to choose to select an existing storage account. If you don't have one, then let Azure create one for you. This allows you to save a lot of the commands and responses inside Azure. If you don't choose to have a storage account added or use a storage account, then the next time you go in, you may have to re-enter a lot of the different PowerShell commandlets that you won't necessarily want to have to manually type out a second or third time. Now, if you are never going to type those again and it doesn't matter, okay, fine. Then go ahead and choose the option on the first screen where you don't need a storage requirement. You could also go through the motions of creating a storage account as well. But I already have one, so I'll go ahead and choose to select it. And I'll choose my resource group. I only have the RG1 that I'm currently using. And I've got my store that I've created earlier. And I'll need to create a file share to go with it. I'll call it AZ Store and click Select. Now it's deploying that storage. And look at that, I now have PowerShell into the Azure cloud. So from here I can create resources such as virtual machines, I can edit existing ones, pretty much anything that I can do within the web interface. I can now do this within Azure as long as I have the correct modules loaded and I have the correct commandlets that I need to type. For instance, I can type in get dash and hit the tab key, and if I choose yes, it's going to show all the different commandlets I can go ahead and type. So this is one quick way just to see all the different ones. You could also type in the pipe more command, which will show one page at a time instead of scrolling through all of them. So this is how you can access and add various different Azure services and resources within the Azure portal. Now, for the AZ900, one thing to keep in mind, you can do this from any operating system that can access the Azure portal. You can do it from Linux, you can do it from Macintosh, you can do it from all these different mobile types of operating systems as well. So keep that in mind for the AZ900.